This is Zake Huang from the Authentrend. Yeah, it's my honor to have a presentation for the Authenticated Summit APAC innovations for use case. My focus is on bringing on FIDO to on-premise IT environment, and later our partner NEC will also present about FIDO to circulation industry. Yeah, about the password, and everybody know the password actually is high risk. From Revival Repo year 2017, year 2019, or even this year, there's around 80% hacked because stolen or weak password. Even this year, the number lowered down to 60, maybe thanks to FIDO or others, but 61% is still high. So password risk is always there. Another thing is actually there's a lot of hidden cost for the password. Yeah, from Gartner report, there between 20% to 50% help desk. They are work for the password reset, and the labor cost, the average reset is about US dollars 7 to 70. So you can think about if your PC is joining the like a AD domain, you need to change your password every 3 months, and password cannot repeat, and it must be complex password. So yeah, it's really easy to forget. Another real case is from Microsoft. Actually, from year 2017, they reset around more than 800K the password for users, and it resulted in 12 million US dollars. So cost quite high. Yeah, so the most enterprise, they may adopt a second factor authentication for they kind of on-premise Active Directory environment to solve the problem for account password set. And most the existing solution today are using OTP through your mobile phone. Yeah. So in this case, users still need to type in the password. That means they still manage their password. And for OTP through mobile phone, it is secure enough. I think there's two news. The year 2020, the Twitter, like employee get a hack, phishing hack attack. So they are using the second factor. They are using the OTP, authenticated app, but it still happen. So now the Twitter, they enforce all employees must change to FIDO secure key instead of the second factor by SMS or authenticated app. Another case just happened last month. The biggest cryptocurrency exchange online, the Coinbase, they enable NFA also, but it's getting hacked. Actually, they are also OTP based. So enterprise, they adopt the second factor by OTP. The cost is not so low, but actually it not really solve the problem. And everybody know the FIDO 2 may be the answer to solve that kind of password issue or that kind of OTP secure hole. But everybody know FIDO the architecture like this one. FIDO actually is a WebAuthn browser base. So how to bring the FIDO to your on-premise AD environment, because your AD maybe not go through the browser base. We take the example from Microsoft. Yeah, if your company using the on-premise AD, they will encourage you to subscribe to Azure AD, and also enable like kind of Azure AD Connect. So you can using the FIDO key to log in your Azure AD, and through the Azure AD Connect to log in your on-premise AD. Yeah, this is what Microsoft encourages. But for those existing on-premise web application, how they recommend? They will recommend you to migrate those kinds of on-premise web application to Azure. So you can use the FIDO key to log in Azure AD, also log in like kind of Azure service. But from our experience, our customer, they always complain about the first thing, if enable the Azure AD Connect, the cost is high. And the second thing, the most critical part is if they migrate the existing on-premise web application or private cloud application to Azure. The big concern, one is Azure, the second cost, the third is actually all the legacy data, how they migrate to the web is almost impossible. So how to enable FIDO to on-premise AD environment? Yeah, that's we are doing for our customer. Okay, there's a pain point for on-premise AD's like kind of customer from employee and from IT admin. Actually, we reference the report from LastPass 2020. From employee, I think they need to change password regularly. As I mentioned, every 3 months they need to change password, and long password, non-repeatable, and a complex password. So they need to type long and complex password every time. Type password for every application. And they don't have a secure way to manage password. Most of them maybe just write down somewhere. Okay. And from IT point of view, actually, user will just forget their password. So they need to have a reset. And time spent to manage password. And also, user may share credential because they cannot control this one. And if lost or stolen employee credential, you become a big trouble. So they're adopting OTP based on second factor. Users still need to remember and type in the password. IT also still need to manage employee password. And the best thing is the OTP is still fishable. Yeah, so the cost is not low, but skill level is not so high. So what Authentrend is doing today, we do the AT logon. We actually prepare a FIDO server appliance. We leverage Windows Server, AWS. We add in our FIDO server and also another plugin. We provide our own credential application for login, and we support the FIDO key and also the iOS Android application. So this is registration. User can register the FIDO key and also app through the ADF to Active Directory. So they log in the AWS by their AD account password, then register their FIDO key authenticated. Then if they want to do the authentication, I mean login, the first thing is the window, the logon screen, there's a QR code, or you can touch the FIDO key. So if you are using FIDO key, you just touch and verify your FIDO key by fingerprint. If we verified, we send to FIDO server the signed public key, then FIDO server responds. If it passed, then we bring the AD password to AD to log in. So actually the flow is kind of like a multi-factor, but actually user feels passwordless because they don't need to type in any password. We will do it for them. And after FIDO verify. For my mobile phone is same. They can use application to scan the QR code and verify in FIDO server. And FIDO asks you to verify on your phone's biometrics. So you can log in the FIDO server and bring the AD password to the AD to log in. So based on our solution AD logon, they can simplify user scenario. User can password log into their PC if the PC join AD domain. User also can password log in the intranet web applications and also VPN. User can password log into FIDO enable internet web service. And what problem can solve? The first thing is the employee, they don't need to change the password regularly. And IT, they don't need to manually employee password because if they do this kind of password login, they will forget the password. And this not only reduce the risk of account compromise due to credential reuse, phishing, and machine middle attack, also provide a superior user experience and increasing the productivities. And here's we have a quick demo. I can show it. Okay, so this PC joined the AD domain. So let's see how we can log in. You can see a login screen. There's only a QR code. There's no typing password. If you FIDO key, you can just touch verify to log in. And another way is you can using app to scan the QR code and ask you to verify your biometrics on your phone, then log into the devices. So this is a quick demo for AD logon. Okay, so for Ascension, we start from the FIDO key, and we provide FIDO key work with like Active Directory, Microsoft, Google, that kind of with FIDO server. And now we also provide our own FIDO cloud to support that kind of web service. If they don't have their licensed web FIDO server or in-house FIDO server, actually they can subscribe our on-demand FIDO server to support their web service with enjoy the FIDO's authentication. We also provide the AD Logon is on-premise password solution to solve that kind of enterprise if they still stay in the AD environment. You can use a FIDO key and also get into log into your PC and also the web applications. Yeah, and so we not just provide the product by ourselves, we also provide our like FIDO server, the VM-based FIDO server, and we also provide the SDK, the Android version, iOS version, and also provide our FIDO key and to our partner. So like NECR SI partner, they adopt our FIDO server and SDK for their circulation industry applications. So they pass the accreditation to the NEC. So that's all my presentation. This is Authentrend. Thank you a lot.
各位 FIDO 的先进与伙伴，大家好，我是台湾 NEC 专业解决方案服务群的张玉佳，今天为各位介绍 NEC 身份识别解决方案以及流通产业的一个应用的案例分享。近年来，FIDO 在全球应用快速的发展，而在台湾也推出了 T-FIDO 的应用服务。就我们知道，常规的一个验证方式就是使用 ID 与 password 来进行，所以会暴露在网络上的风险。那 FIDO 以及这个 biometric 的技术整合，它带来的一个安全性以及这个高效率，是现在这个 FIDO 独有的特色。那我们可以知道 FIDO 会有快速的辨识机制，它的机密资讯不会流传到网络，而是保留在客户端。第三个就是它是有一个 passwordless 的一个便利性。这个 passwordless 便利性呢，就是 biometric 技术带来的一个影响。那我们从这个辨识的历程来看的话，在早期都是使用知识辨识，也就是说你可能是用 ID password， 它是要记住的，那这个就会导致有忘记或者是被拆出来的风险，进而就会转变成了使用持有物的辨识，它是使用钥匙或者是卡片，它会有遗失、窃盗或是借用的风险。那最后使用生物辨识技术的话，它具备了唯一性，它不会忘记，它也不会遗失，它不易被盗用。因此 biometric 加上 FIDO 的解决方案，可以带来高安全以及高效率的一个身份辨识服务。NEC 在生物辨识领域累积了30多年的经验，其中指纹、人脸以及虹膜辨识更获得世界第一的认证。NEC 同时也发展了耳道辨识、指纹、指静脉、掌纹等技术，可以满足不同的场域，提供更高安全以及更高效能的一个服务。接下来我们为各位介绍一下 NEC 在台湾某个流通业建立一个全方位的身份识别平台。这一个识别平台呢，能快速的提供各个营运系统串接的一个服务。那它提供的这一个身份识别服务呢，我们已经在客户端导入的系统有手机 App 的一个会员系统，所以会员登录以及行动支付都可以透过这个人脸辨识，再加上一个 FIDO 的技术来做完成整个这个情境的使用。在 POS 方面呢，我们导入了在员工登录 POS 系统的时候，需要刷卡，再加上结合人脸来做实名制的登录。那在 AD 的使用，就是在后台管理的部分，员工登录需要透过卡片 以及这个 FIDO token 的方式，或再结合人脸的方式来做一个权限的控管。第4个就是 Royalty Kiosk， 这个是在发展忠诚客户的一个系统。这个系统呢，能够更加便利，以及用更加有吸引力的福利来为客户带来实质上的一个体验，可以使他有更多的购物的欲望，以及作为一个回馈。那第5个是使用供应商的管理系统，透过这个送货员的身份识别以及门禁的管理方式，我们可以有效的控管是谁进入了这一个场域。AAC 运用了这个 FIDO Biometric Blockchain 以及一个 Big Data 的分析技术，我们打造了一个高效能、高安全的身份识别平台，提供了多元的服务，能够满足各面向的一个零售系统的一个整合以及串接。以上就是今天为各位的简报，谢谢各位的聆听。